What the hell is going on, man?
Would you just let me finish, please? Is that okay? Thank you.
I think I just hit Meryl. There we go.
Part of the show. This is what
That's not.
This is what you're paying for.
Give me a double bacon cheeseburger.
We can do a cheeseburger.
Give me a pie, apple.
Not some fancy deconstructed avant bullshit, a real cheeseburger.
Well, I'll make you a very good, very traditional cheeseburger.
Give me a liter of cola.
A what?
A liter of cola.
I will collect you and capture. Who do you want me to be to make you sleep with me?
That look like spit to you? Yeah. Ah, fuck it.
This is a tasty burger.
A delight to the senses, isn't it, my friend? Isn't it? Yeah. I'll have what I'm having. I'll have what I'm having. So good. It's so good.
Oh man, which one do we even want to dive into first? What are you typing over there, Derek?
Sorry, man. I'm just finalizing some notes and got a lot of gems here for you guys.
No dinners.
No dinners.
Yeah.
I don't even know. This is kind of the whole farm to table thing, isn't it? Like we got fresh. I think we have to start with fresh because you get the meat from fresh, and then he brings it to fucking to Ray Fiennes and Ray Fiennes.
I always say Fiennes.
Fiennes. Okay, we'll go with Fiennes.
Maybe
He's
it's
a fine guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a terrifying motherfucker.
Yeah,
terrifying.
He
that
really,
dude.
He's
awesome actor.
I was gonna say he's never been in a horror movie, and
yeah.
then I remembered he was fucking Red Dragon.
Right.
So that's not true at all. But it's so nice to see him
Schindler's
fucking.
List.
Yeah, that's not really a horror movie, Justin.
Horror.
That's just a horror.
Pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
Several horrors were
It's
addressed.
a movie that is horrifying.
Yeah, I remember when I watched that movie. I've only that's one of the ones you.
Are we talking about Schindler's List right now?
But I watched that for the first time, like I think 5 or 6 years ago, and I know about a lot of that stuff, but I didn't realize how horrific. It's like, oh, cool, it's Ralph Fiennes. Like, that's cool. I love that guy. And then I'm like, fuck, man. Like, he played that a little bit too much. It was a little bit too on the fucking nose.
Not the best double feature with Grand Budapest Hotel.
I've never seen it.
I was trying to figure out what else he's in. I go to IMDb, and his main credit when you start to type his name in is the Constant Gardener, which. Okay,
I'm not familiar with that.
I've always heard of it. I've never watched it.
Yeah, me too.
I think
but he was Alfred in the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a step down for him.
He was M in the James Bond movies. Let's see.
Oh yeah,
the Avengers. If anyone remembers that.
Oh yeah.
And of course, he's Voldemort.
So when he's
right.
Not a lot of horror.
Yeah.
Just too bad. But
his Avada
good.
Kedavra is another voice being channeled through him.
Yeah,
it's not Ray Fiennes talking.
He's going to be in 28 years later.
That's right.
I forgot.
Oh,
about
that's
that.
right. Because wasn't he? He was somebody in one of them, wasn't he?
No,
I don't
think
know.
so.
Oh, who's the main guy in the first one? The bad guy. The like.
Oh,
main-
the
that's just
general
a British.
guy.
Yeah,
this
who
is a
played
British
him?
guy. He's just a regular British guy.
He's just regular.
No,
not
he's
even an
been in-
actor. He's just a British guy.
Yeah.
You can tell that this episode was really well put together.
Yeah, man, he was just some dude.
As they all are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
they're
looking
getting
it
better, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah,
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, Eccleston.
Yeah, that's
He's,
right, Eccleston.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's who it is. It's
British
he played
guy.
Doctor
Henry
Who.
West.
He's been in a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. He's really
The
sick.
others.
Yeah, he actually got a start on that movie. They were like, I just need a regular British guy for this military dude. And some guy
And the
was
regular
like,
British guy
what-
became Doctor Who.
yeah, what's his name again?
Christopher Eccleston.
Christopher. Yeah, and then a
Yeah.
guy was like, yeah, I'm called my buddy Chris. He's
He
down
was
here
in-
tomorrow.
He was. I think
He's
he was in the
regular
first-
British as fuck.
Yeah, he's so regular British. He was in the first GI Joe movie.
Yeah, see, he's got credits. Being
He
a
was
regular
listed as
dude.
regular British guy.
Regular British credits.
Regular British Joe.
American hero.
Oh.
Okay, Sebastian Stan. I'm just gonna be honest. I'd fall for it too.
Yeah.
Dude's dreamy as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think that this movie works without him, but also towards the middle, when he was like, I guess explaining what he was doing to her, I was falling the fuck asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Maybe you just
I
didn't.
didn't know you were going that way.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Because I was watching and I was
Did he
like,
drug
okay,
you too, dude?
maybe. Maybe that's the fucking problem with this movie.
Are you missing your glutes?
Yeah.
That's the problem
How's
with
your
this
ass?
fucking movie. How the
Yeah.
fuck is she walking around after he cuts off her entire ass?
Not
I've
just walk.
seen-
So not just walking around, but running.
Running.
At the end.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
can't be
You know.
explained.
No.
Yeah, she'd still be in the healing process, but I have seen a lot of people walking around with no ass.
This guy.
It's a completely different situation, Josh.
Yeah.
It's a completely different situation.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't bother me.
There's a few things in Fresh that take me out of the movie a little bit, but not so much so to where I'm not enjoying the watch until there's one moment where it really fucks me up.
Well,
And it's, come on, like, well, they don't kill him. Like, they just beat him up a little bit and then they leave the house. Like, they're just going to leave him there.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. Like, how are you gonna? It's like, I love that
Well,
they
not
start.
weird. It's just, that would never
No, it's
happen.
weird. It's fucking weird. You've been like,
Yeah.
he's fucking kept you like captive this whole time. You are fucking badass enough
Well,
that
maybe
the
they
three of you
thought that
start
they
death
killed
proofing him,
No.
and you're just like, we'll leave.
I don't
Like-
know, dude. Like they bashed his head in with a fucking meat cleaver, man.
Yeah, and they
Maybe
should have
thought-
kept going until it was
I
pudding.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that was the
agree.
one thing that really, really took me out of it. I was like, it's like, come on, like you didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's a weird
This is-
move.
So that
I
was
mean,
but
But that's in every horror movie.
yes,
That's
it's a lot
I mean,
of
I
them.
say that every time I watch Halloween too. I'm like, why'd she put the night? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
it's so
However-
much more forgiving when it's 40 years ago and it was
Yeah.
the beginning
Yeah, that's
of
very-
slashers.
Yeah,
and,
the amount of years that Halloween has existed has given us a chance to, well, you would think has given us a chance to fucking fix those errors,
Yeah.
but instead they just
So
make
You're
the
watching
errors a
Fresh.
whole
Like,
movie.
did any of these women watch Halloween? Don't they know that you have to
yeah.
finish the job?
Well, but then if they killed him in the kitchen, then we wouldn't have gotten what's her name, Molly, her charging him in a field and calling him half dick.
Yeah,
You could have done that. I don't know. I feel like you could have done that in the living room.
I mean, you could have.
Or don't have that whole thing in the living room happen, right?
Yeah,
like have
just-
it where they run out and he's running after them,
And then
you
they
know? It
beat
was
the
just
shit out of him
weird.
on the lawn.
Yeah, it was a weird. I thought a weird choice to.
I was also a little. I was also like,
taking the wind out of my sails right now.
I felt like
I like the movie.
It's a
It's an
4-star
enjoyable
movie.
I definitely felt like it suffered from. I have an idea. Let's make this movie, and then they wrote most of it, and we're like, "Fuck, that's not enough for a movie." So then they had to like add in a bunch because like the dude shows up and doesn't do anything, then leaves.
Well,
Yeah,
my
that part was a
on-
little annoying.
On the second,
Yeah.
the two things stood out to me, and don't worry, anybody listening, we're not going to shit on this movie because I, for one, loved it. But there were two things that I noticed the second time that I must not have really put two and two together. The first time was Molly's friend showing up and then just left after hearing a gunshot.
Yeah.
That was
But
really weird.
also, just hearing a gunshot, not hearing them screaming and running
Yeah.
and fighting
Yeah,
and
I was
all of that
like-
shit. And like, because it shows him listening, but not hearing anything. I fully expected him to
be
hear
at the
them
wrong
and at
house
least like
or something.
run around to the
Right.
back and help
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to get killed.
Yeah, or
but-
that,
but that,
which is a
and-
good explanation for what he does.
Yeah, and the wife's the no leg wife's helper.
Yeah,
She
that dude was
tells
just
him.
there.
She just tells him, we got to get his body on ice.
Mhm.
And then the next time you see the wife, she's attacking the main character. I can't
Yeah.
remember her damn name.
No,
Attacking her, and then they kill Bucky, and then movie's over. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, that guy's like right over there.
Yeah,
He's like at the house.
Right.
yeah.
What happened
And
to that guy?
There's not really like enough of an explanation. Like I get it, she's just his wife essentially, but like
Yeah.
clearly it ends up feeling like she's more in charge of this than he was.
No, I think it was supposed to just be, obviously like the Stockholm syndrome shit. Like
Mhm.
that's why he ends up letting his guard down with Noah, because he's obviously a broken, fragile piece of shit.
'Cause
Yes.
And
yeah.
yeah,
The whole time, I wanted to be like, this is unrealistic. Like he wouldn't have his guard down, and then it's like, oh well,
Oh,
they did a
totally.
good job of
Yeah.
introducing the wife, and like she
Yeah.
was clearly one of his victims, and so he
Yeah.
was
Which I
like doing
loved.
that all over
That-
again.
I didn't
the-
even put that together until just
Oh
now.
yeah. Oh,
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
It was
thought
a
that she just didn't
justification
have a leg.
for-
No.
come on, James.
You didn't connect those dots.
I just
What
wasn't.
a coincidence.
He just loves amputees.
I'm sorry. I don't judge people.
Okay. Yeah.
It's rude to ask how they lost the limb.
Yeah. This is fucked up.
No, she was one of his victims, and she just kind of
Okay,
yeah.
I don't know if that makes me like the movie more.
I
But
do.
not-
I think it's
I like
Yeah.
the, I like
Explains it.
I
It
like the
explains a lot.
no, hold
That
on,
was a
hold
great
on. I like
reveal.
the detail of it. I
Right,
don't know
yeah.
if it makes me like the movie more.
Yeah, I
Like be like, oh, I want to watch this again even more now.
I think without that, the idea of him letting his guard down
doesn't make
is-
as much sense.
No, it's like because
Yeah.
I still had a hard time digesting it, but I was like, oh, but they
Yeah.
kind of
yeah,
explain it.
Yeah.
It is there.
and it makes
He expects her to be okay with it because one of them's already been okay with it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and when I think one of the other victims was like asked like, "Oh, he slept with you," so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it obviously establishes through like other dialogue or just images in the
Mm-hmm.
film to show that she was different.
Right.
But-
I got that.
and
point.
this is
Yeah.
and this is not a new thing for him.
Right.
I mean, he started a whole nother
Right.
life with this crazy psychotic chick. I guess I shouldn't call her crazy or psychotic because he made her.
She's
that
a
way.
victim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's totally a victim.
Who
However,
is also crazy and psychotic.
Yeah, she was. I mean,
We can't look over
obviously,
that,
yeah,
guys.
she was driven off the edge, of course. But also, you're an adult. You shouldn't kill people.
No,
okay?
but
Like-
I've always been I'm gonna dare to say a fan of the argument that if you if
I don't know where this is going. But
Yeah, I'm very concerned.
If a
You
guy
should be.
steals your
You should-
leg,
yeah, if this guy steals your leg, it's okay for you to become a murderer.
oh, totally.
Yeah, that
For
seems
him.
fair. I think that'll hold up in court.
Yeah.
He
Sorry,
steals your
Your
leg, he
Honor.
steals
took
your
my
heart,
fucking-
you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
he fucking took my leg. What do you want me to do? But one of the other things I really liked on how the film kind of built the world around it. So show the reveal of her missing a leg, or like the Noah was different. It drops these hints that help build on the world, but the symbol that he has on the plates that he sends out to people. And as I was watching the
Brandon.
credits, it has, I don't know if you guys watched the credits. I fast, you know me and credits. I don't like credits, but I fast forwarded the credits. To see if there
Spiders
was-
and credits, his only weakness.
yeah. Spiders, credits, and pickles. Fuck them.
Yeah, pickles.
But I
oh
was,
my god, spider
yeah.
pickle credits, fucking done.
So I fast forwarded through the credits. One, because I was terrified, and two, because I wanted to see if there was an after credit scene. And on the credits, it's starts off very faint, but then gets like more red towards the end of it. But it's like a fucking goat's head, which looks really fucking killer. And then the snake eating its tail. And that kind of reminded me of, yes, and it kind of reminded me of the I think it was a hound dog or whatever, the symbol of the secret society in Hostel.
The Hostel,
yeah. And I was like, that's a really cool, like little added thing to kind of give you a look of to like, oh, this dude's building a fucked up.
I'm gonna
go
shit. Off on a tangent right now and say that
I ordered from this guy last week.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's okay. It's not the best meat.
The pasta looks solid.
I only eat human now because I'm vegan. So cannibalism is vegan. It's not an animal. But I was gonna say well, I mean, if you want to be fucked up about it, Derek,
right?
I would say that it's almost an interesting idea that this is in the same universe as Hostel, and this is just a different like sect of it, an offshoot, or like maybe even like a competition, sort of like they're in competition with the Basset House guys.
A great competitive cooking show that
oh my
you're
god,
coming up with right now. Yeah, those are popular nowadays. I'm sure.
It's cook. It's
Josh
cook
is
with
in LA. He could get us in touch with Netflix, and
we just call it cook with every episode. It's cook with whoever, and it's because you're cooking with that person.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Is this me? That was such a sketchy question to ask while you're about to eat.
That brings up a question that I had.
Oh boy.
Would you guys, if in her situation, would you eat?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn, you guys answer that fucking way faster than what I was expecting, man.
Look,
try anything once.
You should try it more than once. But
no, she tried each person once.
Yeah,
right. They they showed her fucking tenacity of like, I'm gonna survive this, I'm gonna get out of this, right?
I also like that
she clearly didn't want to eat it,
right? I like that they show her having a fucking like breakdown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then she also manages to cover it,
right?
Which is fucking impressive. I mean, look, my favorite part about this movie was all the cannibalism fun. So
yeah.
Damn, I expected that to be more of like a back and forth, like our who would win in a fight, a fucking gorilla. I'd fucking eat the human. That's totally fine.
Okay, here's my like thought process on it is I'm vegan now, so the only meat that I'm willing to put myself out for is something that's fucking insane in a human.
Yeah.
That
makes sense. That makes
total
sense.
That makes no sense.
I'm on board with that. I think it would be. I would have trouble if they were like, "Yeah, this is another like a young woman who's being held captive in the other room. I took this off her leg, and
like
she's
Jennifer, you taste great."
Yeah, that I would probably have a hard time with.
You want me? Like you just eat some fucking hairy guy?
Here's okay.
Let's get real weird.
Well, first of all, the hair's not in the meat. That's
right.
Like,
Fair.
Most of what I eat came from something hairy. Like cows are just quite.
But it makes it grosser. It's a hairy dude.
Well, here's the thing. There's apparently a very thriving community of people online who want to be cannibalized.
Oh, for sure.
There's a whole thing about a dude who these two dudes last podcast did a whole thing on it where it was a protracted thing where this dude like willingly submitted to this dude who was like, eat me. Fucking eat me. It was in Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
And like it's a crazy story.
I want to say, didn't they have audio recordings of that or video recordings
of it?
There's
video.
I think there's video. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's video.
Yeah.
Isn't there a whole story of some chef that was like serving his penis at a like private dinner of some sort? There's a thing about this. I'm not making this up.
What fucking Google alerts do you have set?
Dude, that was a big story when that happened. It was some.
I'd like to point out the concept of he serves himself serving his dick.
Yeah.
Like
you like. See, I classed it up a little bit. I said
like
penis.
Blood?
Yeah.
Okay, penis.
Yeah,
right.
blood sausage.
Dude.
Yeah, it happened in Japan back in 2016.
Oh, of course, it's Japan. Yeah, that makes sense.
See, I'm telling you, never
Germany,
accepting
Japan,
a dinner.
dude. It's
it's a lot of overlap there. Weirdly enough,
He was a performance artist though. So
it's performance art.
Was it actually his dick?
Yeah, he had them surgically removed
then it's
and
not
kept
much
them
of a
frozen,
performance.
and then prepared them and served them as a dish
Did the
to
dinner
5
guests
paying
know?
diners. Yeah,
Did they? So they.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they
All right,
willingly-
that's better. That's fair. That's consensual. That's
It
consensual
makes it
dick.
a little
it is-
more fucked up to me.
Yeah.
Like there's people
Yeah.
willingly. I'd rather
Whoa.
it be, oh, you tricked me. No, there's
No.
people
I do
willing.
not. No. I would rather the people eating the dick be willing. I want that on record.
No,
That's
what I mean is that there's people
Well-
out there willing to like,
Yeah.
I want to sign up for this. They probably paid for it. That
Yeah.
is more worrisome to me. That there's
Could you
a group of these
imagine-
people?
Could you imagine doing that and then them critiquing and saying it sucks?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah. There's
little
a
gamey.
Yelp
Yeah.
page for
Yeah.
it. And-
It really wasn't all that cracked up as I thought. it
This
would be.
dick, not that bad. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I'd be
Fucking
so mad.
2 out of 5
Four
stars.
German dudes on a podcast that just rate every week just different dicks that they watched and
That
ate
I'd watch
that week
the fuck out of that.
yeah. Creep-O-Rama podcast.
Are we those 4 German guys, Derek?
Yeah, alternate
I
universe.
haven't been German my whole life.
Yeah. We're about to be.
this is
Wow.
where Derek pitches the spin-off podcast he's had
Right.
in mind for
Patreon.
6 months now. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'd probably get a lot of money off of that.
No, well,
probably, and some people that would sign up to be included.
Do you imagine
yes.
doing all that and going through all that work and still not getting any subscribers?
Still the same 5 loyal customers, brother.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
had so many dicks this year.
We love Creep-O-Rama. We want to watch you guys react to people eating dicks.
Can't even pay my
problem
fucking
is-
power bill, John.
the problem is we're just doing audio. We got to do video. We're doing video. It's still not working.
We got to do interactive.
Yeah,
We got to do it live. We got to
this
take it
on
live.
the
Yeah.
do it on stage.
I swear to God, guys, I can't eat another dick.
You're going to eat this dick and you're going to like it. We got bills to pay, man.
We got 5 more subscribers last week.
Fuck.
All right,
I
so
don't
I'm gonna-
know why I didn't expect
22
this
minutes into
podcast to
this.
go like this. Like,
Yeah,
as I'm watching
yeah,
a cannibalism
I know.
movie, I'm like, we're going to talk
Totally.
about eating dick. It's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
happen.
worried- I'm worried
Well,
about it.
to be fair, that's my favorite part of the movie when she bites his fucking dick off.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
love,
great.
I love,
That
I
part's
was
great.
like,
payoff.
hold on. In my note, I got poetic about this shit.
Don't oversell it.
Oh, I'm going to oversell everything.
It's not
Don't
the
worry, I
first
can't even
poem
find it.
you
Hold
wrote About
As she slowly took off his pants, a single thought occurred to me. Bite his fucking dick off, queen. And then, as she bared her teeth in rage and smeared toothpaste in his eyes with blood running down her chin, I knew my prayers were answered. Indeed, she bit his fucking dick off. Beautiful.
Yours is way more poetic than my notes because, like, one of my notes is just the no-legged wife.
Yeah.
just
I
so
think mine
can
was just
remember that
dick
point.
bite with like 5 exclamation points.
Yeah, that was a. Go ahead.
Can you run around with no glutes? I wrote that. And I
Also,
wrote,
can
they
you-
didn't kill him. God damn it.
Can you run around with no dick? I mean, I know you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, you still got
100%.
legs, but I mean, that's gotta hurt.
I
guess
feel
that's
like
just-
it's a
Yeah,
different
hurt. You
situation
lose a
because
lot of blood too.
the dick doesn't actively make you be able to walk.
No,
Like, the
About
muscles in your
50% of the
glutes
population walks and runs without one.
Yeah, without one.
You
Yeah,
guys
it's crazy.
Yeah, but they learn how to walk with or without it. Like it's a balance
Yeah.
thing. If you lose one of your toes,
like a tail.
you have a very
Right,
hard
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
You start
I
falling
mean-
backwards.
I mean, your
How
dick.
big are your guys' dicks that it allows you to fucking...
No, here's the weird thing.
Is that
Getting
not-
it cut off makes your balance better.
Yeah.
God.
It doesn't pull you forward as much.
I do have really bad balance.
Yeah.
So, but no. I mean, like, I don't
People
know
blame
if
my
I'd
posture
be-
on my backpack. It was all completely different.
The backpack was helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that would hurt like a lot, and I would imagine taking a step in that.
Fair.
I think that would. I don't
I
think
feel
that I
like-
would be
I
up and
feel-
walking around.
I would say that at that point, he's a psycho, first off.
Oh,
Clearly.
for sure.
So I don't know if the rules of pain apply to him quite
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
also shock, massive shock, and rage.
And rage
Yeah,
and adrenaline.
shock,
Yeah.
rage
I'm
and
sure.
adrenaline.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Was it completely severed? Because I think
I
that's
was
think
wondering-
you
also
get half of it off.
I think because she said half dick, so
Yeah.
maybe but maybe she didn't take the whole thing and she just bit
Yeah, they
half
don't
of it
really-
off.
They don't
You know?
disclose that.
It's
I'm-
worse. I don't know.
But
if
if she
it's
didn't
better or
even
worse.
bite
I
it
don't
all the
know.
way off and just like took a chunk of it, but it was just like still hanging
Yeah.
by
What
a
if it
bit,
was just
that
like-
would be a problem.
like,
That
like
was
it's
then
just
it's
a,
swinging while
it's
you're
just
running.
a nice like teeth mark out of the side of it, like
Exactly.
like a corn on a cob.
But she did have a lot of blood in her mouth, so I
She had a lot of blood in her mouth.
I
I think it's either halfway off or fucking full off.
I think it's almost full off, dude.
I think it's almost full off, and I'm into that. I like.
I'm
that.
totally yeah. I mean, that's what the
Yeah.
guy deserved.
You got your dick bit almost all the way off, and then beaten to death twice,
Yeah, yeah,
and shot in the
Ugh.
fucking face,
shot in
and
the
she got a
face.
one-liner.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah,
That was a real. I love.
What was the one-liner again?
Go ahead and smile for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
or something
Get a
like that.
smile. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was what. But I mean, I know you guys didn't like this movie as much as I did, but
I loved it.
Sebastian-
I gave it 4 stars.
well, no,
Yeah,
I
you
know,
both gave
I
it
know.
4.
Me and Josh are on the same page. But
I like that
Sebastian-
every episode we just split off into teams and fight each other over who liked the movie and who
right?
didn't.
Like you gave this 1 star less than me. What the fuck? But no. I think everybody should be able to agree that like Sebastian Stan was fucking incredible in this role.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
He
it
puts
works.
on a master class on how to flirt in the beginning. It's a
Right?
great
Yeah.
flirting
It's-
scene.
But it's
But also don't do
flirtatious
that
of-
because this is clearly now it's a red flag.
right. But it's the way he flirted while fucking up, because obviously
Yeah.
once you realize who he is, all of it is intentional.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
his ability to manipulate that situation and play it so effectively well, like that guy is
Yes.
such.
It's a
He's
fucking
such a
class
good
in-
actor.
It's a class in sociopathy and narcissism for sure.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Jesus
for fucking sure.
Christ. Like because
which is probably why he does such a good job as Donald Trump.
yeah. I really
Wait,
want to
he
watch
plays-
that.
Yeah.
Wait, he
yeah, it's a
plays
new
Donald
movie. Yeah, it's a new movie that just came out called The
He
Apprentice.
played Donald Trump in the new biopic about him, and nobody wants
Yeah.
to talk to him about it because they're afraid Trump will retaliate. Or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
because he's so good in it
Jesus
as
fucking Christ.
yeah.
just
Which
an
I
evil
mean,
villain.
I know the Pam and Tommy show got a lot of shit. But
that
he
was great.
as Tommy Lee, he nailed him.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
he's just an all around really good fucking actor.
He's a fantastic fucking actor. I don't think that this
Wasn't
movie
he
works.
in I, Tanya? Didn't he play her
Yeah.
boyfriend or
Was
husband?
he?
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, he
That
really
was a great
he
movie.
really is taking the really like out there roles, which is fun.
Dude, the fact that he can be a fucking superhero and then turn around and go do these films like this
And
show
arguably
up.
one of my, even though he hasn't had that much fucking like screen time at this point. I mean, he has a decent amount.
Yeah.
But, like it's still like one of the underappreciated characters. I think he's one
Yeah.
of my favorites in the Marvel universe.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
because
Oh,
he's so
easily,
like,
yeah.
go
His
fuck
abi-
yourself. I'm Bucky.
Yeah. And it's also his ability to be such a good physical actor.
Yeah.
With it's like and I know probably some of it has to do with how they film those fight scenes. The intensity and rage that he embodies as that character, especially in
Yeah.
the early like Winter Soldier and Civil War. like nobody in those films touched that.
The most impressive thing to me is he can make his whole fucking arm do metal stuff. It's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean,
that's
exactly,
acting, bro.
He
That's
removed
acting.
it himself.
Yeah,
It's true. Yeah.
He cut his. That's why he was perfect for this role. He'd already cut his own arm off.
Yeah.
What's a dick at that point? Who cares?
Yeah, what's a dick,
Right.
bro?
yeah.
No, what's a dick?
But he is,
Yeah.
the range he has as far as being
Yeah.
a creepy, evil villain, but also being like ridiculously charming and
Yeah.
attractive and sweet. Like I do want to
It's
see
concerning.
him as a.
I-
it is.
I
yeah, it's-
cannot see this
It's
movie
awesome.
working
Yeah.
on the charming side of it with anyone else because
Yeah.
he's so. I think that's him in the beginning is not him acting. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just him reading lines as himself, and then he's a nice
just that
dude.
dope at
So
floating.
yeah.
yeah,
Probably.
he's just
I
that
can see
charming,
it.
and then
can
he
see
has to act to be the bad guy. I think. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and I don't see.
I
I
hope
don't
so.
think it would work the other. Yeah, I hope so. I fucking hope so. If I find out that Sebastian Stan is going around and he's like cannibalizing chicks and stuff, I'm not gonna like him anymore.
No,
I'll be honest
that's
with you.
It's kind of
It's
game
gonna-
over at that point.
That's a line I can't cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be severely let down, man.
Yeah,
I'd give probably half a star less if that were the case. On this movie.
I really thought you were about to say half a star more. And I was like, damn, man.
Yeah. His commitment to the role is
that's a really
admirable.
interesting. That's a really interesting fucking perspective to take, Derek. You want, you know, all right. In
Can
other
I
news,
say
we have a new host.
something- Can I say something that Justin and Josh won't like?
Oh, man.
yeah, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. We took
So-
it all the way up here, and
I
we're
know,
having
and
fun up here.
Again, I do enjoy this movie. A couple things here and there that I didn't like, but not enough to like take me out of it. And one, this is dumb. This is nitpicky, and this is not the initial thing I was going to bring up. But
So
in
now
the
there's
kitchen, in the kitchen when he's chasing after her,
Mhm.
she's hiding. He doesn't know where she is, and we just saw moments prior her identify all those massive chef knives, and he grabs the pepper grinder. to fucking throw at her.
Well,
It's like,
I mean,
you got
you
all
know,
these massive.
I
chef
will-
you
knives.
also-
I think that's
Those
one of
knives
the
are for
things I.
food prep, Derek. Not murder.
Derek, he's missing half a dick. I don't think that he's thinking
Yeah.
clearly in the moment.
Yeah,
dude.
I
sure.
will
I'll
say-
look past it.
I will say I do kind of feel like a lot of the humor in this was funny, but I think I would have liked the movie better without any of it.
Oh, I see. I
There's
know what you mean.
way too much like it's and
Yeah.
it's not like in your face, but it's all like little things that I'm assuming it's to make the movie more palatable because
Oh,
if
for
it
sure.
was super fucking like grim and shit,
Yeah.
a Hulu audience wouldn't have watched it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
It,
like I
it
get
does
it,
remind
but
me a little bit of some of the humor in Get Out,
yeah.
Mhm.
where it's that like and I think you're exactly right. Where
I think it works better for Get Out though, because it's
fuck
Jordan
kind
Peele.
of ghost is going on behind your guys' house? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that's just the house getting up.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you guys not hear that?
No, I heard
No, I
it. I'm
heard
just
it, but-
ignoring it
Oh,
out of
okay.
It
fear.
wasn't here, yeah.
Might have been my dog fucking running.
It's your kid upstairs just destroying the whole
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
He does that.
He's fucking
Uh,
screeching across the ceiling.
right. But no, I think that's exactly what it is, because both of those movies, as I was watching this the second time, it made me think a lot of Get Out, and both of those films have such intense content where it's it's fucking heavy, and having that level of jokey back and forth, but not in a way where it's slapstick comedy. It's just like dark humor. I
Yeah.
think
And-
that's
and
probably
that-
why they put it in.
That's the thing is some of the moments in Fresh end up becoming a little slapsticky, like with her with only one leg and like she falls out of the fucking dumbwaiter and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's just a lot of there's a bunch of
Yeah,
moments,
like, what'd you expect?
right? But
Yeah.
it's also like at that point in the movie for me, I'm like, I'm trying to be scared and like into this
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
fuck, they're gonna get killed or some shit. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. Like
Yeah.
To your
It
point,
was a
I think
solid fight though.
it
I
was a
think,
solid
yeah.
fight.
I think like
Until
you're
they
saying,
left.
making it more palpable for a Hulu audience. And this was the initial comment I was going to make to Josh and Justin that I think aren't going to like. But I think it has a very streamer aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like it feels and looks like a Netflix Hulu type movie, which it is. It is a Hulu
movie. It is, 100%.
Yeah. But there's a feeling of it that I get, like it's which you clearly don't have in the menu. Right. The menu, it's like there aesthetically, there's a massive difference, and I'm not intelligent enough or articulate enough to know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's the lighting or the lenses or.
Was the menu released in theaters?
Yeah,
because I watched it on Max when it premiered.
Yeah, they put it on Max pretty.
It came out
after.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was during that time where like they premiered. Because I remember that Denzel Jared Leto cop serial killer movie came out around the same time. And I think it was
the one where like the ending is super like a cliffhanger.
Such a fucking.
No, the menu is 2022, so I don't think it was day and date on Max.
Gotcha.
Because that was like
it was. Yeah, I remember it being in theaters for a little bit,
stuff like that. Yeah, the menu was in theaters for a bit.
Gotcha. I see what you mean though, but I could totally see it. But it also is, does it feel that way? And maybe this is just me trying to sound smart to one up your comment. Does it seem that way because you know that it was released on a streaming platform, and had you seen it in a theater, you wouldn't have felt that way?
I don't think so.
I
didn't see.
But I also know what you mean, though.
I don't know what it is. Like all the Netflix movies look very similar, right?
Yeah.
Like any movie you watch on Netflix, they have the exact same.
Well, because I'm assuming
whether
that
that's
to
the
a certain
same
degree,
fucking...
like they're starting to come up or have come up with a formula on how to make this stuff. So there's a style guide to it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it comes down to. I feel like the menu probably had longer to be written than maybe Fresh did, just because it's a streamer movie,
maybe,
and the menu is a fucking movie with Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, well, it definitely had.
But then again, like I've
budget
got a couple problems like that with fucking the menu too. So
yeah,
especially the ending. But we'll get to that.
So I looked at the. I think they're both similar budgets. The menu was $30 million.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, not the 1994 movie Fresh.
No.
Okay, so there, from what Google is telling me, it was around 15 to 20 million for Fresh.
Okay, so it's like,
think about that for a second. $30 million to make that movie. That's a lot of goddamn money.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
To buy that whole fucking
$250 million to make the new Christmas movie starring The Rock and Chris Evans.
Well, half of that's going to The Rock,
which is tracking to make less than what it cost to make the menu in its opening weekend.
Yeah.
Well, Red One looks terrible.
Yeah, that too.
Well, DJ, he had a lot of tequila to buy, right? He had a lot of tequila. He had a lot of Project Rock.
DJ?
Yeah,
yeah. We go way back.
Yeah, I go way back.
I hate that guy so much.
You hate The Rock?
I hate The Rock.
You know what? I didn't hate The Rock until, Derek, you pointed out that every time you look at his Instagram or read his posts or watch his videos, it's just a self-fulfilling kind of thing. Now that doesn't take away the fact that the guy's done a lot of good, and he's done a lot of good. But you can, it's like after a certain point. Like after a certain point, it's like, okay, everything is a sell. Everything's an ad.
He's always on.
Yeah,
he's never not on. Like even in long form podcasts, his fucking dumb
even
Instagram videos, with his kids. It's just like you're just like it's all performative.
Even when he's fishing in his bass pond, he's gonna see this and get so
good
mad.
Mana, I come out here because the mana. It's like shut the fuck up, dude. Like
his,
like his fucking assistant's recording, and the second the video comes off, like, you fucked up. The phone was sideways. I told you to fuck you, fucking asshole. It's like,
well, I guess we're not getting The Rock on the Creep-O-Rama podcast anytime soon.
I'd like Justin. Like, I understand he's done good stuff, and from what he came from, I'm happy that he's successful. But I also find him just like incredibly irritating lately, where he's always just like in character, and I think overwhelming confidence in shit that he has no business being that confident. Like when he was like, Black Adam's going to completely change the DC universe.
Yeah.
I'm like, it killed it. It killed it,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And then he's like,
He
Red
wasn't
One
wrong.
on IMAX because I watched Oppenheimer and I was like, this is how people need to see Red One. And I'm like, you do not compare your talking polar
I
bear
missed that
fucking
one.
family
That's
movie
ridiculous.
to Oppenheimer. What? Like,
Yeah. He literally said it would be a game changer.
yeah. It's
Maybe
it's
that's
madness.
just his go-to.
Yeah,
One of my favorite, and I did not want to talk about The Rock on this podcast for 10 seconds, let alone the 5 minutes that we have. But like side note, he started his own alarm clock app called The Rock Clock.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Everything, dude. Monetize
and it was
everything.
And I downloaded it because I was like, sure, let's get hyped up with The Rock every morning. And it was like he had 20 different tones to choose from, and it was some of them were his voice like trying to hype you up, and some of them were just like the sound of people working out in the gym, and like other shit supposed to get you just like pumped. And then he was doing affirmations every day, and for the first like month that it launched, you got a new message from The Rock, like almost like a cameo. He was filming it on a video, and he was all like, "Hey, let's fucking get up, let's get rolling." Like he's like on a rooftop, or he's on a beach, or he's in a boat or some shit, and he's just like trying to hype you up. And after like 3 or 4 weeks, he started doing that maybe once a week, and then the affirmations were just a photo of him with a quote. And then after another month, it was just a photo of him with the quote. And then it was just the same photo of him with the same quote.
No.
Every day. They never updated it again.
Some fucking intern is
stuck
just
to it for
like,
he stuck to it for like 2 months. And then it was just this same like hang in there.
I love that.
Like motivational poster of The Rock.
God, I
was
just
like,
want
well, it
a
was fun while it
motivational poster
lasted.
of The Rock hanging onto a fucking little like clothesline now.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, fuck that guy. Dude, there was a video he posted a couple of years ago, because I was like hate following this guy. Everything he posted, like, oh my god, he's got a new video.
Jesus.
I gotta watch how fucking stupid this is. And then I would just fucking like watch all the shit he would post. And there's one that's so good how bad it is. He's in his fucking massive gym that's at his house, and he's holding his phone up like this at an angle, and he has music blasting. He's like, sometimes you gotta work through the noise. He's hold on. And he like walks outside his gym. It takes 20 seconds. He's like, hold on. And he goes outside where it's peace and quiet. You hear fucking birds chirping and shit. There's a lake behind him. And he's just like,
I remember this.
sometimes you just gotta walk. It gets loud in that iron paradise. Sometimes you gotta fucking, it's just like, Jesus, dude. Like, why are you doing this? What's this video for? Who's watching that?
It's for 1.3
And it's
million
got-
likes.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of fucking likes. But it's so bizarre. And it's just like
It's for all the comments from DJs and club promoters going, so true, bro.
yeah. I love the comments of that's even better is reading the comments
emojis,
or like, and also people asking him questions so he's gonna fucking answer. Like, oh man, what were you working out today? It's like, what the fuck are we doing? What is this? It's so upsetting.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Guy, dude.
Yeah, you're not
Fuck
wrong.
that guy.
I will say, like, I get a lot of 1990s WWF like videos on TikTok.
You fucking better.
Yeah. And every time I watch it, I was like, man, I didn't realize how good I had it as a kid. But to see 90s Rock on the mic and doing those promos and doing all the stuff that he's riffing off the top of his head and stuff, it's so weird. I know people progress and go do things and different things throughout their life. It doesn't even look like the same human being.
No, yeah, it's
oh
crazy.
no, dude,
Like,
he's so fucking juiced up. It's ridiculous.
No,
He's
I wasn't
so
Jesus
juiced
there.
up.
I wasn't going to that level.
He's not wrong though. He's not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But what I meant is like I know that was just a character that he was playing, but I can't the Rock that I know today, I can't link the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow,
It's so
Justin really has
drastically
something
different.
against bald people. That's crazy.
But
Was he playing The Rock or was The Rock playing
him? I don't know. Man.
Help him, a rock. Help him, a rock.
But I wonder if he could do that. I don't think that he can do that anymore. You know what I mean? I
Be
think
The
that was
Rock.
just
I don't think he should.
Yeah, I don't know if that. We got to stop talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, he did fucking come out and wrestle. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he can still wrestle, but
I
it was
just here's the thing though, is that when that happened, I was like, there's so many other people that I want to see in the ring right now. Like, and you're making it once again, it's all about The Rock. And it was so, if it was I'm gonna get into this for a second because I've been wanting to talk about this. So the WrestleMania where like all the shit turned over.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. where all the shit turned over from fucking Vince. Like it felt like he just was like, you know what? The Rock's gonna come in and fix everything. And then the whole audience was like, fuck you.
Yeah. There was the only thing that I saw from that whole new era of him coming back was on TikTok, a clip of him walking past. I think
I want to say era is a bit much. It was a couple weeks.
Well, but that I think he was talking to Triple H or somebody. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
He walks past and he's got his crew and he's mad and he's looking at. I want to say it was Triple H, but he's looking at him and he was like, "You got to tell them to stop talking about my family. You're talking about my family."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, that was the whole.
like,
that was hold on. That was the storyline.
Yeah, I know, but it was just the way he delivered it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying a minute, like getting to, I guess, a minute ago. Is like the '90s Rock was.
That
like,
was the weird thing is that he came back and he was like, "Heel, I'm going to be a bad guy."
Yeah,
and it was like, I don't know if this is the right time for you to be a dickhead right now. Like,
especially since he already is.
Yeah.
So it's not.
He
really,
just sucks.
Yeah. Okay. We got we got to
talk about the menu. We got to talk about the menu.
Are we done with the? Are we done with Fresh? I mean,
I'm sure we might bring it back up, but
Yeah, we can jump back to it.
Yeah.
The effects in Fresh were a little jarring when he pulled the leg out the first time and did the whole like song
when
and
he
dance.
was dancing
when he was
with the leg
prepping,
was amazing.
The leg meat. I was like, oh,
Yeah, and also like, what if I want to? I want to hold that prop. I want to see
that was a solid prop.
That specific thigh, fucking. It's not even a full thigh. It's like a knee and a fucking part, but it's just like a whole leg, and like it looks like it feels like fucking an actual leg.
Yeah,
it moves as he moves.
It reminded me of the one in Death Proof.
Yeah, that's a great leg.
When that one hits the road, and I'm like, "Fuck! Did they use a real leg here?" Like,
right?
Yeah.
They sheared that lady's leg off.
Yeah,
That's a great leg.
I love it. I can never. As soon as you said it, I just see it in the air going.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest reasons why I was impressed with it is because like that's not a it's not a normal movie that you see being made anymore. To really go to start it off like a romantic comedy, to start it off with a 33-minute intro.
Oh, that's honestly,
I love that.
You know how I am about that shit. Like that's one of my favorite things in the world. Is like I didn't even realize that they hadn't done it.
Right.
Yeah.
Me
it
neither.
was so good that when it hit, I was like, fuck yes. Thank you. Fucking like I just love that shit. Like
that was
it just shows
I wish that I
bit...
hadn't known what the movie was going into it.
I wish that the trailer or not the trailer, the poster kind of it just straight up gives it away.
Be more subtle.
Yeah.
Look, if you call a movie Fresh and you have Sebastian Stan in it, I assume Sebastian Stan is going to eat her.
Yeah,
I don't know. Wow, he really does eat ass.
Yeah,
he really does eat ass.
Confirmed. Sebastian Stan eats ass. So there you go.
My Letterbox review. I'm glad Derek found this one funny. My Letterbox review was just bros out there eating literal ass in a turtleneck.
Yep,
diabolical. You know, and that's just he's just out there doing his thing.
Hey man.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of those filmmaking choices, it just showed like out of the box thinking. And you just kind of don't see that very often. So, that kind of, made me like it a little bit more. That allowed me to overlook some of its flaws, Derek.
Yeah, look, I was overlooking them. I just still noticed them and made notes on them.
I overlooked the shit out of them because I finished the movie. Because the whole time I was like, whenever they first he cuts her ass off, and I was like, immediately I'm like, I don't know if structure of story wise that would have been the first thing I would cut off of somebody in this movie, because now she's gonna be fucking crawling the rest of the movie.
Right.
And she was until she got up and started running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just such a. Do you guys think that? Well, I guess we kind of
Do
addressed
you guys
it.
ever like movies?
No. I guess we kind of already addressed it of people doing things like this as far as eating people. But I wonder if there's ever been somebody who's done that,
Like an
there's
actual
gotta
black
be.
market like that. With,
there's got to be.
There
Yeah, it
has
has
to
to be.
Maybe
Wouldn't
not in
be-
America. Maybe it's I don't. But then
Eastern
again, I don't know.
European type
Because
shit.
like that's the thing is like if you're good at it, we don't know. You're not getting caught.
Right. Yeah, I guess it just depends on how big the circle of people who are involved in it are.
And how good the cover company is that ships all the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I had read an article about conspiracy theories, and like some statistician or whatever said we landed on the fucking moon, like this and this and this, like there's the earth is round, like if any of these conspiracies were actually true, an impossible amount of people would have to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
And there's
Right.
no way it wouldn't get revealed. So if something like this exists, it does have to be a very like
small,
close knit, like I only sell human meat to
and if
these
it's all
5
just
people.
a bunch of super rich, high powered motherfuckers.
Well, yeah,
then,
dude. I mean, we've seen that happen in the last few years. Fucking
Yeah, the
Epstein
government.
and fucking fucking
Yeah.
P Diddy.
Yeah,
What's
and-
going on right now with him?
But even then, all that shit was kind of like an open secret, and it eventually came out, and
which is like fuck you people, because like I know me, like I can't keep my mouth shut. Especially to my friends, let alone like if I'm at
Justin's like, bro, if I was hanging out with Epstein, I'd be telling everybody.
But no, like if I found myself random, because like I'm sure not every Diddy party that he threw was like that.
Every one of them.
No, right.
Every
but like,
single one.
but
Even the
like-
white parties, which is the worst idea.
Right.
It'd be
But,
weird
like-
if they weren't, though. You think sometimes he's like, I'm just gonna take it easy at this one.
Well,
some dude shows up with a bunch of drugs and bottles. He's like, nah, man, this
Nah,
is,
man, we're just watching
Bridgerton. What do you?
Yeah.
But like I'm sure he's got to keep up, appearances.
Isn't that the appearances? It's the fucking freak
maybe
offs.
that. Yeah. But like I just, you think like there's so many people that apparently come into contact with that. There's no way in hell that I would not film some of that shit and just post it online and say fuck you. But yet there's a just thralls of people just that have like, oh yeah, I know
But
about
you're
that.
not
That's
some
just totally
fucking-
The
You're
difference
not some
is
lost soul in L.A.
Yeah.
who's
Desperate
just
for
dying
fucking-
to get a fucking
yeah,
a role
desperate
or
for
to-
leverage or power
Yeah.
or connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that shit is.
That's
dude.
what
That-
Josh
it's
is. So
baked-
Josh, how are the Diddy parties?
It's
baked into that.
Yeah, I mean, I
kinda
got
messy.
my spot on the Creep-O-Rama podcast, so I'm good
Whoa!
now.
Whoa!
Can't talk about that, dude.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that I wouldn't be able to be like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah,
like they would throw me out so fast.
yeah, you
What
wouldn't
the
be in the
fuck
party
is
for
going
very
on
long.
here?
You'd be
Hey,
locked
man, is
up.
this the
Like,
right
you'd
edge?
be
Oh my
this
God.
guy, this guy's staying here forever now.
yeah. Fuck.
Imagine,
I
Oh,
turn
turn
into
it,
the
Will.
chick from. I'm like the chick in Martyrs.
He's at
Like,
the
he's just
Justin's
hidden in
at
the basement.
Just imagine Justin. He's gone to this cannibal party and he's sitting down. And
I didn't know it was a cannibal.
And like they put the first piece of meat down, and he's just like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, "That's a young girl's leg."
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
I did not sign up for
Yeah,
this.
like these human toes, be like, yes, this guy might be a problem. You should go into the green room. Yes, there it is. That's where you belong.
Is this the exit?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Bam! Shit. Yeah, I had to be taken out so fast.
Yeah.
That's why you can't ask questions ever.
I wouldn't ask questions. I would just immediately react and get myself killed for sure.
Like you do.
Or okay. Anyway, thankfully, I mean, I highly doubt we'll ever end up in that situation.
I mean, there was that fucking house in SLC that was kind of close.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. But they weren't. But I mean, like,
it was just a weird old couple.
Yeah,
that
it was
left
just
their
a
door
weird
open while
old-
they fucked while we were in the living room.
Yeah, that was
Just weird.
yeah, man.
Just
Yeah.
weird.
And they had a
Just,
red.
just Salt Lake City things.
Yeah, just Utah things, and they had
Yeah.
a red light in their room, so that way it cast out
It was
this dark
two on the
red
nose.
light. Yeah, this
And the
dark
re-
red light.
It was a
all
2-story
throughout.
house. The whole upper floor was under construction.
Yeah, it just
There was
plastic
literally
everywhere.
like Dexter
Amazing.
tarps and shit.
Yeah, it was so.
The whole band
sketch.
slept outside. Me and Justin were like, well, they
They were
stay
nice,
here.
so I guess
They
we
were
have
nice,
to
so I
sleep
guess we have
inside.
to sleep in here.
And then I still remember, I still can hear her guttural moan. Yeah,
I don't
Guttural.
And what you know what,
Okay.
and you know what made it worse is the husband or boyfriend. We have no idea if they were married or not. After they're done.
That's what made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it was premarital.
in Utah, no less.
Unbelievable.
You know what made it worse?
They weren't even married.
They were out of wedlock.
At least put a ring on it.
The dude.
If you like it, you put a ring on it.
How do these people not know this?
None of these people listen to
savages.
Beyonce.
So after they're done, the husband walks out of the room, and me and James are just sitting on opposite couches, like Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I think I
and-
blacked this part out.
Yeah, and
And then
because
James went for the high five.
So he walks out and he flips on the light, and it was like obviously we heard them. Your door was like right there, and it's
Right
open.
there.
Oh, I
And-
thought you said you were in the same room. So
No,
you were
no.
No,
outside.
we were
Okay.
practically
It was-
in the same room.
Yeah, it was a
Okay,
it was a man. This is off.
It
the
was
rails.
a living room, and then there was
This
the
changes
corner.
the story a
No,
little
hold on.
bit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It was a
changes
No,
it's
no.
a living room, and then it's the corner of a hallway, and the door was
I got
on
you.
the corner. So it was
Yeah.
like
It's-
the door was in the living room.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it was like 10 feet away. It
Yeah,
was not very
yeah,
far.
yeah. Right, right.
But anyway, so
I just
the
thought like they were.
Why
like you
is
were
this
watching
taking so?
them.
Why did I bring
So
this
you
up?
were watching.
Why did I do this to us?
This is what happens when we only cover 2 movies. We got to
Yeah.
fill in
Yeah.
all that space.
This is
Yeah,
why
you're
we
talking
need to
about
start
The
covering
Rock and
7
fucking
movies a
Mormon.
fucking episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Mormon sex parties.
No,
But it was consensual. They were together.
They were
but
together, yeah.
So the husband walks out and he's just in boxers, and it's like, we know what you guys just did. And when we just met like
You.
3 hours ago on the side of the
yeah,
road.
you
because
guys
we broke
literally
down.
picked us up off the
And-
side of the road because the van broke down.
Yeah, and then he walks out and he's like no shirt, just boxers, and I mean he's exactly what you would think a middle of nowhere Utah looks like. And he's leaning against the wall and he's drinking a water, and he's like, "So, what's the plan for tomorrow?" And it's like, what the fuck is going on right now? We just heard you fuck your whatever she is to you, and yeah, God, it was so weird. So weird. Okay, anyway, Ralph Fiennes.
I'm glad and also sorry that this has been brought up.
Yeah, it's
It's-
fine.
it's-
It's fine.
Oh, I'm apologizing
I'm
to
so
the
mad
listeners,
that I went
not
this long
us.
without
We're-
hearing
we're
the
fine.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there's more to the story even, but we'll tell it another time.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get them on the podcast so they can share their side, and then we'll we'll dig into it.
That'd be sick. Can we do that?
I've thought about how we can track those people down, and I know how. Because I'm sure. Okay. So anyway, go ahead. Ralph Fiennes, and it was great in the menu.
Good segue.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
film.
it's true, he
Great
was.
film.
Yeah.
He was good.
This was
I
the menu I saw in theaters.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I did.
we had
Opening
that
night,
whole conversation. You were like, just kept quiet the whole time.
What?
We were talking about wasn't in theaters.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was. It was
Yeah,
in
I didn't-
theaters. This was one that I was fortunate enough to know nothing going in because
Yeah, me too.
I had seen like part of the trailer and I was like, Anya Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, like John
Yeah.
Leguizamo, like, oh fuck, I don't want to know anything about this, and I just like turned it off,
Right.
and then I never watched another trailer for it, and just tried to like zone it out. And then when it came out, the word of mouth from people who had seen early screenings and premieres were like, it's pretty nuts. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun. And so we went and saw it opening night, and I was like, I was blown away. Like halfway through the movie, I'm like,
Yeah.
if they stick the landing here, this is going to be
Yeah.
like one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies because it's
That's
so
awesome.
fucking fun.
It's another
Yeah.
film that like you don't. It's just I don't know. It's outside of the box thinking.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, like both of these films.
I was expecting horror, and it's
Yeah.
not really.
No,
Oh,
not
yeah.
really.
No, it's just a
like
decent little
black comedy.
mindfuck black
Yeah.
comedy. film.
Looking back
Yeah.
on it, it's kind of like I don't know how I don't remember when those fucking Knives Out movies first started coming out, but it almost feels like one of those. But they were like, what if we took one of those and then like it's completely the opposite, where you're
Yeah.
all gonna fucking die because this guy's a
Right.
fucking lunatic. And
Yeah.
like, it's just such a fun like it's a fun what is it called when it's a bunch of people in a movie?
Ensemble.
An ensemble, yes.
Yeah.
Shut up, man. The words don't come all
I
the
was just
time.
gonna be like, cast?
Cast.
I was
So
saying
it's
that
got a
same
good
thing.
cast.
Yeah.
It's got a
got a
really
good group
good
of
fun
people.
ensemble cast of like
Yeah.
first off, Jonathan Leguizamo being in this. I call him Jonathan. Being in this is insane, and I totally forgot that he was in it. I remembered everything else about the trailer. It was like, this is great. I really want to watch this, and then just never did until now. But man, like the cast of this is obviously what makes it work.
Yeah.
And like that whole beginning of it, I was so sold. I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like White Lotus. Like you're kind of watching
Yes.
White Lotus, but you're like, these people are idiots though. Like they're more idiots than White Lotus people.
Right.
So
right.
like clearly this is not going to go well. But yeah, the whole first part up to when the first fucking chef fucking comes up and then is like, and I was like, what is happening here? This dude's really not stoked on being honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he blows
Yeah.
his fucking brains out.
Jeremy's mess.
And the whole fucking tone of the movie
Yeah.
completely changes.
change. Yeah.
That's such a good fucking moment.
And there's
Yeah.
so many good little fuck you moments of like the tortilla.
Oh my god, the
tortillas.
fucking tortillas!
Oh, yeah.
is so
Dude,
fucking
that's
funny.
great.
And I love her response of these are tortillas.
Yeah. She was the best. Her fucking
did
delivery.
so
I
good.
was so bummed that she didn't like get further into like out of the movie because
Yeah.
like she was possibly my favorite part of the movie. Just
Yeah,
all
she
of her
was good.
fucking deadpan
Oh,
deliveries
yeah.
and shit.
She was so
fucking
mean.
funny. So mean.
It's
Just
just so,
you will get less than you want and more than you deserve is like one of the
Yeah.
best just cold line reads
Yeah.
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, she said that with straight hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just yeah. She carried. I think she really laid the like the tension. Like a lot of the tension in the film was like rested on her.
Yeah.
and how
and
she carried it.
it's such a good 1-2 punch because it's Ray Fiennes giving the fucking like the true like evil,
Right.
But like he's a chef, so he's not able to be the hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's the hand of him, and she's into it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
fully into it the whole time.
And then like once Ralph like comes on scene and then you start to hear his monologues and you start to like the hate and the anger and like the tension and the resentment that is
Yeah.
built up. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? This is fucked up. It's obviously crazy, but I
Yeah.
kind of get it.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
This movie has a lot of like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird points in it for me because like there's a lot of points where I don't like the actual moment, but I completely understand why it has to be there. Like John Leguizamo just being there because he made a bad movie that
that's
had
funny.
literally no effect on fucking Ray
Yeah.
Fiennes other than he had a day off and saw this movie and it ruined his
Yeah.
day.
Well,
That's
I think he
really
was
dumb.
trying to.
But it also perfectly illustrates he's fucking insane.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's like the rest of it. You're like, yeah, okay, fair. Most of this makes sense. Maybe Nicholas Hoult can go fuck himself in this movie.
Oh my god.
I have never seen Nicholas Hoult in a movie where I was like, fuck Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah,
I
I
fucking
love that guy.
hate him in this movie.
Oh.
God,
But
what
the
a
best
whiny
part
sack
is
of
you
shit.
don't hate him immediately.
No.
You're just
No.
like, oh, he's like kind of one
I
of those
immediately
annoying
was like,
foodies,
I'm not
but
gonna
I
like
respect
this
his
guy.
passion because
Yeah.
I've
Right.
talked about practical effects or something. The way he's talking about mouthfeel. So maybe I'm just as insufferable.
I talked about mouthfeel and practical effects.
It's cool. Yeah. And then as it turns and you're like, oh, this is like cultist almost, like the way he's like just devoted to this guy, and then you find out what she does, and you find that whole like evolution. You're like, oh no, he's a piece of shit. Like he's
when he starts snapping at her, I got mad. Like geez, like fuck off, man. Like,
dude.
But Leguizamo was there because he was trying to, like, he didn't give a fuck about this guy's cooking.
Right.
You know, he was trying to rediscover his career or recreate his career and get into that food show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Like, here's a chef who obviously was pressured into cooking decades doing shit that he didn't love, didn't want to do. He's an artist doing art he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
And when he gets to make that fucking burger, he's like, oh my God, like this is what I love to, he's making something
that was a solid looking burger.
Yeah, that's
it looked amazing.
You know what?
We
That kind of
right
turned me
the
around
theater,
because the cheeseburger thing.
I need a burger.
The cheeseburger thing was the one thing that I was like, that's fucking stupid. Just because it's not so much that it's stupid that that's how she saves herself, because it makes it doesn't make sense to me, because he's already locked into this whole fucking thing. He's obsessed with the menu. He's obsessed with making sure it goes right. He's obsessed with all this shit. And they cheeseburger her. They give her the power.
She didn't belong there.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, so that's why he bothered her. It bothered her. Or she bothered him.
And she's him. She's part of the service industry,
and
right? She's not this elite douchebag. Yeah.
And then whenever she sees the picture of him grilling as a kid at the fast food place.
Oh yeah, I get that. But he wants to kill everyone in that fucking building
for a reason.
Not her.
Yeah.
No, he wants to kill all the fucking chefs too.
Yeah, they're into it.
And he says, which side do you want to be on when I kill all of us?
Yeah.
Like, he's going to kill her. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but then
he just lets her go because she let him make a cheeseburger. That's a lot.
Yeah, because she helped in a moment. It's a sentimental moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fair. I'll take that. Except she didn't fucking finish that burger. He would take that as an insult.
I would think so too. But
I
think
took it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't happen in a fucking nice restaurant.
Loophole. You have to.
I think he doesn't want a nice restaurant. He wants a fucking burger and go. He's like, this is what he wanted to do.
He was like, fuck you. Like, she realized.
Okay, if that's the case, then why'd he become a fucking master chef?
Well, sometimes life just takes you down different roads.
Yeah, I think it's look. He had all those investors. He had the angel investor. He had the tech bros that were fucking
not when he was a burger chef.
No. Well, I'm sure it's probably
elevated to that.
Yeah, eventually.
I'm sure.
But then why did he pursue that track if he just wanted to do burgers?
Sometimes we make mistakes in life.
Yeah,
maybe he was a young Ralph Fiennes in his, and he's dreaming of what he's going to be like in his prime, and he's like, maybe I need to go in that. Well, like, look at fucking what's it fucking called? The fucking Yes Chef.
The bear.
The bear. Like, I watched that show, love that show, but I'm every time I watch it, I'm like, why are you guys doing this to yourself?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Just shut the fuck up. Go get a different job.
I think that the mistake that he made, though, is letting her go.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake he made.
But I get it, because
I think
she helped him remind. I think he appreciated in that moment, and the way I took all of that, and I know that's the whole. That's what they were trying to get at and point is she helped him remember a point in time where he thoroughly enjoyed what he was doing, and he recognized that and decided to just let her go because she wasn't like the rest of them.
It's just so like. The logic of it he went through the effort to become the greatest chef ever, essentially, supposedly from the movie, and like that being his like crux feels kind of like cheap to me.
Well, let's be honest, my crux is a cheeseburger too.
Right, but you're not a master chef.
No, but
well, I think
that's what it is. It's like because I know plenty of people who have pursued careers and made 6-10 figures or whatever, and would be much happier back where they started.
Yeah.
Probably
And-
all of them, honestly.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Like you imagine, I'm sure Peter Jackson's obviously very happy with all the money he's
Yeah.
making, but
Yeah.
I'm sure part of him is all like, man, I wish I could just make fucking Bad Taste again or Dead
Yeah.
Alive. Like
Yeah.
now I'm expected to make these Oscar-worthy epics,
Right.
like that, because
Yeah.
that's what I've like.
So
God, now
massive
really-
machine.
Right
Yeah.
now is really the time for Peter Jackson to make a horror movie.
God, could you imagine if he did like, God, that'd be fucking
Just
great.
remake
be
Bad
amazing.
Taste again.
my
Yeah,
God.
but make it like
Yeah.
like a fucking like it really goes into the lore.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a fucking universe fucking like it really like goes across the universe.
But yeah,
I
that's,
think more
but yeah.
so what he hated was the business behind it and the clientele, because the clientele, it's all bullshit.
yeah.
They don't,
They don't
they're
give a
not
shit.
really there for the food.
Yeah.
And to me, this whole movie is a metaphor for making movies. It's film, or
Yeah.
you could say any art in
Any-
general. And the
yeah.
irony is not lost on me. Like I'm basically all those fucking people, fucking picking apart Fresh. Like, wow, fucking, you know, like I'm basically Steven Seagal is what it comes down to. But it's
Don't
yeah,
do
it's,
that
it's
to
the perfect,
yourself.
it's the perfect analogy of just like everyone's in that restaurant for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want it for status. They want to feel like they're fucking high
Yeah.
class. They don't really understand. Like there's that billionaire couple. Like, yeah, we've
Yeah.
been here like it's like a dozen times. Like,
Yeah.
What did you eat last time you were here? He had no
Right.
idea. He's like, it's
Yeah.
just a whole
Yeah.
status thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of like, they didn't really love it. And for him, it's like, yeah, like fuck this.
Yeah.
And
Based
like
on
a
the
food
shit
critic.
Yeah, I
based
get
on the shit they served, I wouldn't have fucking remembered that shit either.
Dude, that's one of my notes. Like, have you guys? I have never been in that kind of
No,
an
not
environment
even
because I
fucking
don't have the
remotely.
money. But
Yeah.
have
On a
you
private
guys?
island.
No. Like,
I mean,
have
I've
you-
done some fine dining. Like,
Yeah, I was going to
yeah.
ask. Like, have you guys ever been in an environment where like they give that kind of like
dude, I'm
several
a fucking
course
I'm a
meal?
hipster douchebag that moved to LA.
Yeah.
And fucking like that's what LA was. Millennials fucking spending their whole paycheck on meals like that. Like that's I don't know if Josh, if you were like that.
No,
like,
that's all I
did
do.
that all day.
Yeah. That's why
yeah.
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 Does that mean you're going to Hawthorne next week?
Yeah.
No,
So-
I've been to. We treated ourselves to a fancy dinner a couple months ago because it was like gifted to us, and that was not this fancy. I've never been to like $1,000 a head type thing like this or whatever. But
That's crazy.
yeah,
$12.50, I think it was,
$12.50.
right?
Yeah.
It's-
yeah.
Jesus. And like,
Yeah.
so like, I guess my whole point was like, and you see it in the every time I watch The Bear. Maybe I'm just an old uncultured fuck, but I see the dishes that they bring out, and I'm like, where's the rest of it? Like, give me a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
meal.
Right,
you're
yeah.
not
Because
you're
it's
not,
like, it's, you know, I'm like,
I do-
like,
I-
if you
I-
feed me that, I'm gonna be angry.
I actually
It's an
really,
art.
I
It's an
really
art.
like
That's what
the
it is.
moment in the movie where he kind of explains that, which I've never thought about before, but that like
What does he say?
he says that he specifically like
Oh,
every plate, every fucking dish is specifically measured out so that you will be full at the end of it. You won't
Yeah.
be over full.
yeah. Well, if you give me like a quarter of a fucking potato, I'm
Right,
gonna
but
be
you
mad.
get like 8 fucking things.
But you'll get more in
But
just
it's-
a moment, Justin.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to
I
finish.
also-
It's an 8-course meal, so you get 8 plates of bullshit to eat.
Yeah.
But like the fine
I just
dining
prefer
shit like
the-
that.
But also most of
stuff
it's
at
like
the end of the meal.
foam
I
and
like
shit.
to eat myself
so,
sick.
yeah, like
Yeah.
fuck off, man. Like,
Yeah.
just
But the-
give me a pint of ice cream and I'll be following my fucking way.
There is a whole like, I mean, it's analogous to like going to a really nice museum and looking at
Mhm.
Yeah.
artwork and like the experience of that. Like you feel fucking like high class and like posh and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like and there is a big element to that for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
And it's the whole experience, the ambiance, and how they treat you, and the cocktails, the drinks,
Yeah.
it's all that shit. Now, at the end of the day, like I do prefer a fucking greasy burger,
yeah.
and a beer, like that's way
Yeah.
more fun for me. But I would be lying if I said I don't enjoy that every now and again too.
Right.
Like I'm still a fucking douchebag who's outside of Raleigh now, and I'm just like the food here fucking sucks, and like I feel like one of those
Yeah.
idiots who are just like, you know, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Watching this movie made me kind of miss some of those types of restaurants. And again, I've never done those types of restaurants, but I'm saying like a nice, I guess fine dining. Yeah. I have a good buddy of mine that manages or used to a fine dining restaurant in Manhattan. And I was in New York a year and a half ago, and he just like, yeah, come in, and just treated me to an entire fucking meal without having to pay a dime. And it was awesome. And it's all so personally catered to you and the way the staff treats you. And it's pretty wild.
Damn. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's also
just doesn't
not
seem like there's that
food
much food.
You can make
It's not.
at home, which is, I think, the big
Right.
thing. Like, because
Right.
I love a good greasy cheeseburger, but I can also make a pretty decent cheeseburger.
Right.
I can't make a seagrass emulsion.
Yeah, like I don't know how to put hints of bergamot in fucking anything. Like,
I feel that way about cocktails. Like I could have a beer or a whiskey at home any night. If I'm at a bar with a really good bartender, like fuck it, I'll do a cocktail.
But I still pay $14 for fucking IPA. Michelob's only $9 here. Cool.
Yeah,
I paid $10 for the 12-pack in my fridge, but I'll pay $9 for one here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's the perfect analogy. There is when the craft beers started to get really popular, and we were in our 20s. And I was one of these fucking idiots at the menu who's like, I just want to fucking fit in. Like, yeah, I like this. I like this IPA. And I for sure didn't. I was just trying to acquire it. And
Bro, some of them
like
just straight taste like perfume. I don't get it.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of dabbling in it now because I have neighbors who are into it, and I'll hang out with them and have a few beers. Like, okay, like some of these I do like. But back then I just remember like, fuck, like I just like crushing Bud Lights all night. Like I can't fucking do that with these. I can only have like one or two of these. Like that's not what I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
I was just trying to fit in, you know. We just all need
I bet Ray Fiennes' character
name.
would not be excited that we are comparing fucking Hawthorne to craft beer.
Yeah, we'd be fucking
Yeah,
dead.
no, we'd be done. But I think that was the whole point of the movie is he worked so hard to perfect this art, and it's all started with just food. He wanted to make good food, and nobody that got him to where he is, nobody that takes advantage of him where he is, cares about the food. It's all just about the status.
Well, maybe
the
they'd care if you
story.
just made more of it.
Or maybe like you don't serve a rock.
Yeah, like I mean.
Also,
I think that was also the point. Is it was this whole meal was him saying "fuck you."
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I do. I really like the you will not be served bread, but here's how it was made.
Yeah. Well, and how they all think it's brilliant too. They're all like,
yeah,
oh my God.
Like, it'd be like, fuck you,
so
man.
deconstructed.
Give me some fucking bread, dick.
Well, I think that's exactly what it was. Yeah. Her character was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Why are you all falling over his dick for it? And they're like, no, he's a genius. We paid like $1,500 fucking dollars a head for this.
Right.
Yeah, like,
This
this
is
guy
all
sucks.
incredible. She's like, no, just give me a fucking burger. Like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I also thought that he was being a little bit too harsh on his critique of s'mores. S'mores are great.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
S'mores are good.
Yeah, I was
crazy.
like, okay, I know you're killing everybody in here, but you're
in
like,
wrestling we call that
saying,
in wrestling we call that cheap heat because nobody's gonna fucking agree with that.
Yeah, man. Like I get it. You're killing.
There ain't a
people,
single
but you
motherfucker that
don't-
watched that movie that was like, yo, yeah, fuck s'mores.
Yeah.
So glad somebody took down s'mores finally.
Yeah,
I mean, he still made them. I don't
He
think
still
he hated
fucking made 'em.
Yeah, he still made them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Marshmallow Fest kind of drip.
Dude?
Yeah.
And then
I
literally
don't-
drip.
Literally drip.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I know this was a movie, but I don't think that if somebody tried to put marshmallows around me and obviously I know what I'm going to like, especially whenever he said fire. And I think they showed one of the characters and they were like, they, realized what was going to happen. I'm not going to sit there calmly and let somebody turn me into a s'more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
It gave me very a crown of gold for a king.
Yeah, from Game of Thrones.
Just a crown of chocolate for a king. And then
Yeah.
just dump a pot of
Yeah.
chocolate on her head.
Yeah, I think I would murder my way out of there after the first chef shot himself in the head. You know what I mean? Like, or especially after the rich guy got his finger cut off.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm not sitting there. I'm not eating.
I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe he had it coming.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, he definitely had it
but-
coming.
Yeah, he totally had it coming. This guy was a dick. But
you don't know what you would do in that. You like to think you'd know what you would do in that situation, but if they tried to
Food
run
in
off
front
the
of Justin,
island,
he might not leave.
I'm not. Well, I'm first off, I'm not letting someone set me on fire without a fight. Like you can give me the marshmallows or a crown of chocolate. I'm gonna eat them, but yeah, I'm gonna eat them, but I'm not gonna calmly sit
Crown's
there and
really
be like,
good.
The chef's like, sir, stop eating. We haven't started the.
You gave me a fucking
Stop it.
marshmallow vest. What do you want?
What? These are delicious.
He's just got like 15 marshmallows in his mouth.
want me to eat them burned? Ew,
Show me butter.
fuck you. Or like, whenever the guy, whenever they gave him a 45-second head start, just swim in the water and leave.
It's so far.
You know what
though.
I mean?
It's super far, bro.
I mean, I'd
What
rather
did
drown
Andy just
than
said he's
set
gonna
on
get a
fire.
cramp.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a cramp.
He ate
I also
two
just
bites.
love when they present
That's
him
enough
with the
food they
egg.
gave
Have
him.
you ever
You're
had a cramp?
"Congrats, you were the last person to be caught," and he got the fancy egg.
Right, yeah.
If we could, Dre, I know you're listening to this and editing it. If you could cut in to the Jaws episode where Justin says he'll never go in the ocean because of sharks, and just interject
That's a good
that
point.
here.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I
And that's
guess
straight ocean.
I
They said
guess-
it's ocean, so
man.
you're sharked up,
That's
homie.
perfect.
Yeah.
You're sharked up.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah. I guess you're right.
that's gonna be so good.
Well, I guess the people are gonna have to die.
Just go in the
I mean, they
fucking water.
did. They gave you eating utensils. I
1
guess.
month
I guess I'm gonna have
He's
to
gonna
kill
eat
some
a
people
shark
with a fork.
Eat a shark mid fucking swim. He's just in the water with a knife and fork.
Oh my god.
Come get me, bro.
You're like hanging out of the fucking fin and trying to cut a chunk out of him.
I'm not going to get attacked by a shark.
What? I'm
Putting
hungry.
up a fight.
Yeah. One of my notes is what the fuck, Dale? Because that whole scene with the Coast Guard guy, I really love that misdirect. I thought that was really well
good.
done.
Really good.
It was really well done. What a
That's fun.
fucking asshole.
Yeah, I do. I love a villain who has really planned everything.
Yeah.
I think that's why the cheeseburger thing pisses me off so much. Because like,
They threw a wrench into his plan.
yeah, you've spent so much time. You're obsessed with this plan, clearly, and like to let it go.
He was
for
upset.
that. Yeah.
Well, even crazy people have some humanity in them somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's
it was
that's
his
what it
last
was.
chance. It was
Maybe.
his last chance to cook something for someone who actually wanted it.
And then she
wasn't
didn't
there
even
for
fucking
some
finish it
empty
in front of
reason. Yeah.
That was that was just a test. It's like I would like to take this to go. Like I like this so much, but I also want to leave and I also want
Okay.
to survive. And he was like,
Yeah.
okay,
outta here.
like you were clearly a wrench in my plan, and I was gonna power through and just be okay with you dying, even though you did nothing to deserve it and you're not supposed to be here. But you found my humanity, so here's your chance. And he let her go.
And yeah, and I can also understand he's so obsessive about his plan that her not fitting into his plan is an issue for him.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Except for the fact that if she hadn't done the cheeseburger thing, she would have just been killed.
Yeah.
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 So
It's all
then
offense.
kind of works out with the plan then.
Yeah. Again, great cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I guess that's a power of cheeseburgers, dude.
I'm just
I mean,
not.
that was a
Here's
I'm
double
not
patty
as
smash
I'm not
patty,
as
dude.
won over
Here's,
by cheeseburgers anymore.
But that's
think
that, I mean,
what it
that,
is.
but that's just a choice. That's a character choice, and that's a plot. There, you can say that about pretty much any horror movie. We're like,
Now,
oh, well, if
here's
Alex
an
Winter
idea.
hadn't gone in the water, he wouldn't have been eaten by the
Right.
shark. So I think it's really dumb that
No,
the
that's
shark ate
true.
the kid.
That's for sure. That
Now-
kid shouldn't have been in the water if there was a shark. They knew there were sharks.
Kid's back on the escalator again.
The kid's back on the shark again.
Now
Leave it
here is a
alone.
question.
He's just riding it like, yay!
Here's a question though. Earlier in the film, whenever they get to the island and they go to the shack with all the meat,
Mhm.
I can't remember the exact line, but she's explaining that if the meat is eaten one day after the maximum or whatever,
Mhm.
it will poison the person and then they will die.
Mhm.
So, is the meat that he made that burger with that?
Nah.
is she actually?
I don't
eating
think you would. I don't think you would
bad
make
meat?
a burger with that meat because that meat's dried out.
What? No. Like that's what I mean. Is like, did he make that burger with that meat intentionally, knowing
It cut
that
out.
she's
I
gonna
didn't
die?
hear that.
No.
Uh-oh. That's okay.
Oh, is it
Let's just
cutting
keep
out?
rolling, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Fuck.
Show
me,
must
I
go on,
guess.
Justin.
All right. Can you guys not hear me now?
no,
we
wait,
hear you now,
yeah, we're
yeah.
good now.
No, now we're just
Oh,
actively
So you're
ignoring
saying
you.
Anyway.
what did he make the burger with that meat?
Yeah. No. Like knowing, like, okay, I'll let her go, but she's gonna
But
die
I don't.
tomorrow.
But you can't. I don't think you could make a juicy cheeseburger with that meat
Yeah,
because
maybe.
that meat's like dry aged, so it's not going to be like juicy. It's dried out.
Gotcha.
No, you could still. I mean, internally, it'll still be.
Well, it's just a
steak.
1 day difference.
But either way, I mean, this is
So-
just speculative.
Yeah,
where
it's
there's
totally
no-
speculative. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just it's just on a
Which would be a
YouTube
fun
video, and I
way
was
of like, I'll still get you.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I thought maybe
she just got
you know,
really bad fucking food poisoning, but doesn't die.
yeah.
It's like, well,
God
that's
damn it.
Somebody
Yeah.
had posted on Reddit. I don't think she made it out alive. They made a specific point about saying if the meat had aged for 153 days, it would kill someone. So he let her go because he knew the meat would kill her anyway. And in some way, I think she knew too. She just wanted to die alone and not part of the group. And so the clap after she eats the burger on the boat suggests to me that it was all part of the menu. And the chef basically just let her pick her last meal. And someone
That's
said,
pretty cool.
absolutely disagree. The chef was a perfectionist when it came to cooking. He would never serve
Yeah,
meat
yeah.
that had gone bad for any reason whatsoever.
Comment by Snake Oil Ghost.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that. I don't think that that's actually what it was. I think he totally let her
It's
go.
a
You know what?
fun
Now,
thing
It's a
to-
now I'm
it's a
starting to
fun-
kind of like it though.
Yeah, I guess
It's
you could
kind of
reframe
thing-ish.
it that way. It would
It's
be
kind
pretty
of the
funny.
thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Somebody said,
That-
I'm pretty sure
that
the
makes
maitre
me
d'
like
was
it
just fucking
more.
with them. I read that the beef can be aged for as many as 500 days.
Yeah.
And supplemental course, a cheeseburger, just a well-made cheeseburger. You can't really call it that if it's lethally poisonous.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I like.
I mean, it would be
the
weird if
humor-
you used like this fancy aged meat and then American cheese, because American cheese
doesn't
is the best
split
for
when
a
it
burger
melts.
because it melts without
It's
splitting.
clearly the best cheese for
It
a
is
burger. There's no
clearly.
other cheese to put on a
Yeah.
burger. You
I,
can't.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're
Yeah.
talking,
I feel the same
cheeses.
way about a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
I
American
like
is the
cheddar
best
jack
American
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
I like cheddar
It's
jack
just-
cheese.
Cheddar jack's good.
I like
Cheddar
pepper
jack's
jack
good.
cheese.
Cheddar jack's good if
Cheddar
you
jack's
if you want a little bit of bite,
Yeah.
but it
not
doesn't
gonna
melt
melt.
as well. It doesn't melt as well.
Can't.
No,
Even though American cheese is not cheese at all.
No.
No,
dude, we should get some cheeseburgers, man. I'm fucking hungry now,
Dude, I
Dude.
have perfected the art of cheeseburger making. So whenever
That's a
you guys
high
are
claim,
here,
dude.
perfected.
as it
All
made
right,
out of
so we're all going to
152
Derek's place to grill up some
152
burgers.
day aged fucking meat.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on. I got my flat grill, my Blackstone,
Yeah.
and I do burger nights pretty often. And I've
Only
perfected
like
it.
5 of them are usually poisoned.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
fucking awesome at it. Let's just say that, guys. Okay.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
No, we did.
All right.
When we saw
Why
this
don't
in
you go buy your own
theaters,
island and
we,
show us?
we got
Yeah.
out of the theater and I was like, I really need to eat a cheeseburger right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
gotta.
saying, all right. And so we walked over to
Yeah.
the restaurant next door and I ordered one. I was like,
Nice.
this is so good.
There's just 50
Yeah.
other
Josh,
people that you just
best-
saw in the theater.
I'm sure everybody
Yeah.
was feeling the same way. Best burger in LA.
Fuck. Oh man. Everyone wants to compare Shake Shack and In-N-Out, which I think is insane because Shake Shack costs 10 times as much as In-N-Out. So
Yeah,
it,
really?
it should taste better.
Damn.
It's so weird. Yeah,
And
In-N-Out,
it
you can
doesn't
get
really, anyways.
a double at In-N-Out's like $3 or something at most.
Right.
And it's almost a perfect burger. Like I
Yeah.
could eat that 1,000 times. Shake Shack's also fucking great. And they have a mushroom burger that Kimmy really likes 'cause she's vegetarian. And you can also get the stack, which is the shroom stack or whatever, which is their cheeseburger with the mushroom patty in there. And that's fantastic. I can't remember the last time I got like a really good burger out and about though, because we make them at home now. We just get the Beyond Meat
Yeah.
and we make our own little like smash patties on the stovetop and
Yeah, I don't go
American
anywhere.
cheese, and then I cook an egg. And I like to put an egg on my burger. But
You ever been to what's that place? There's one in Studio City, but also in Hollywood. There's two of them. They got a bunch of beers on tap. Fuck. It's Cahuenga and Selma. Is that what it is?
It's not the
drawing a blank. They have a burger called the Morning After that I would always get because it had a cracked egg on there that was fucking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I've had that burger, and that burger is fantastic.
That place is fucking awesome. Anyways, sorry to make it a burger podcast there. We went from The Rock to what were we talking about? That wasn't a movie again for a while. Mormons having sex in Utah.
Yeah.
Burgers.
As they do.
Whoa. I don't think they were Mormons.
Stout burgers.
No.
Stout. There you go. Stout was the shit.
Yeah.
Stout was awesome.
Yeah, I blazed it up.
It's been a good one. This has been really, really coherent.
Yeah, these are great movies. I really do. I like the menu. I think it was a little more of a, I guess not as formulaic, like we were saying. I think James, you kind of made the point of those streamer type movies can be a little more formulaic, and that's probably what it was that I was trying to articulate that I couldn't.
I will say it's interesting to see such a fucked up subject content put into a formulaic way that I find really interesting because I'm 50-50 on the movie. I think that I'm either way. I really liked a lot of moments in it. Like there was a lot to like. There's just some of the stuff that it's kind of inescapably wrong. Like I don't know what else would you have cut off of her.
Well,
like
on Fresh?
Yeah, like what? Like my biggest thing is her ass getting cut off because then she wouldn't walk. But like, what would you cut off of her that would?
Yeah, they
facilitate the rest of the movie.
Make sure she was still able to run. Yeah, at the end.
And fight and do all this other. Yeah,
well,
so like,
could have been an arm, or it could have been her
breast meat.
I don't know. Yeah, she even made a point.
A lot. That's a lot for a Hulu movie, though.
They were eating boobs.
Yeah.
They were eating boob, but they didn't cut off
hers.
a boob. Yeah.
Well, how the fuck were they eating it if they didn't?
But they didn't.
Somebody's off. Yeah.
Right, I know, but it's the like.
Yeah. It's not the main characters. Like I think it. Perfect example is there's a new Billy Bob Thornton show that just came out.
Landman.
Landman. which I have not watched. But I mean, I love Billy Bob Thornton.
There's a clip from
awesome.
it going viral right now. That is,
is it ridiculous?
Fucking absurd.
But there's a guy that I follow on TikTok that works. He's a oil and gas industry expert, and he owns an oil and gas business. I think he's in Oklahoma.
And he is Billy Bob Thornton.
No, but he does a lot of educational TikToks on explaining how the oil and gas industry works globally, how prices are, the blah, 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 blah. It's very, very interesting, especially whenever it deals with a lot of political shit and all that stuff. But his video that he put up the other day was him ripping apart that movie or the show, because that nothing that Billy Bob Thornton does in that show is what an actual landman does.
Right.
And he's going into what a landman does. And I'm watching it and I'm like,
wait, are you saying that Taylor Sheridan has fucking
and so
I don't know.
So I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, I understand why you think this is ridiculous because this is your profession. You're not, he's not a landman, but he is in that world. So I understand, but also it's like at some point we all have to realize like it's just a fucking movie.
Right.
Like pump the brakes, man. Like you can enjoy
everything
it.
Sylvester Stallone does in Tulsa King. I've never seen a king actually
never
do that.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have a throne.
Go to
Kings
Tulsa
definitely
anyway.
have Kings have thrones.
King in Tulsa, that's
way more power.
Yeah, that doesn't even.
A king wouldn't start shit with Frank Grillo. That's for sure.
That's for damn sure.
But so it goes right back into whenever I see
those stones aren't nearly yellow enough.
There's a limit, right?
God damn it, that was so stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a limit to that. to where obviously I can't watch things that are too ridiculous where I'm like, okay, this is kind of stupid. But for the most part, 98% of the time, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just it's not meant. I understand and recognize that I'm not supposed to be logical right now.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to think of this in real world terms.
Tulsa King is the perfect Tulsa King and Mayor of Kingstown, which, yes, ironically enough, both Taylor Sheridan shows.
Yeah.
But I think they're the exact, those are the marker where I start to lose like, the story on those two shows is so tenuous and so like barely happening, but like they are entertaining to watch. But man, if the intensity of the decisions ever drops below fucking, it's like speed. If the intensity ever drops below 50 miles per hour, I'm gonna be like, this shit is stupid as fuck. This show, Tulsa King is really bad. Tulsa King, like, shit just happens and you're like, yeah, all right, fuck it. Sylvester Stallone, I guess.
You understand the point. And I just finished watching the newest season of Mayor of Kingstown on Sunday. And I walked away from that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Good,
like,
quote unquote.
I was like, Jesus, man, like I feel like I need a fucking break from like reality for a week because it's so heavy. But
it's not a happy show.
No, it's not a happy show. So that's why, whenever he took off her ass, I was just like, so what if she's running around 10 minutes later?
You're just happy that somebody's ass is getting taken off. It's funny.
I guess.
It's refreshing.
A little money.
It's refreshing to see some ass get removed.
Yeah, I'm sure she can get a surgery. Maybe fix it.
I never have an issue of suspending disbelief. It's just in a place where, like, why do I have to do it in a movie here where it doesn't seem to be necessary?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, not to say that there is a big black market for human meat. Maybe there is, like we were discussing. So, like, maybe it's
reach out to us if you know about the black market for human meat.
Maybe it's
send us details from your personal email.
But there's just a couple of things that, like, that took me out.
That would be
with like it didn't take me out to where like, oh, like I don't like this movie now. It was more so just asking the question like, oh, they didn't have to do that. Like they didn't have to have them, walk away and not kill him in a scenario where you for sure would kill him. Like you could have just did something different there. Or like to your point, like what else would you cut off?
Well, do we know how much of her ass was removed?
Yeah,
that's
a good question too.
I think it was the whole. I think it was the whole thing.
They showed like a chunk, like like big. It was a big chunk.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. Maybe it was just entirely the decision was made entirely based off of wanting to hear Sebastian Stan say in a happy-go-lucky, "I'm taking your ass."
I 100%.
That was funny.
His delivery on so many of those fucking lines is so like
so good,
so fucking funny.
It's disturbing.
Just
disturbing.
I will, to your point, also, Justin, of like the guy you're talking about who watching that show, and he's like, "Oh, this is not, realistic." There's a lot, not all the time, but when I'm watching a movie with my wife, who's a nurse, anything medical, like a lot of the times, she's just like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Like it'll be in a hospital situation, like, and I get why that would take her out. For me, I'm like, I didn't know, like it's,
that's the thing. It's as a cannibal, I was like, this isn't how this would go.
That's not how you prepare boobs.
No. You gotta look. All I want is just a cube of meat, like in Mario Party. I just want a cube of meat, like in Mario Party.
God, that's not even.
That's the same. No, because
fun.
My sister's a nurse and she's pointed out shit like that in movies before, and it just like now I hear her voice in my head every time like a heart monitor flatlines, and she's like, that never happens in like we don't leave that on to just go beep beep beep, like that's fucked up. We would never do that. And I'm like, well, they do it all the time in Hollywood. Like,
I will say,
nice cinematic
having
trick.
spent so much time in the hospital with my mom, they do sometimes because I had to learn how to turn it off.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
See, now I'm going to remember that to overpower it, and I'll be like, this is just one of those hospitals James used to hang out in.
There you go. See, I'm making horror movies better.
Right.
I
But it's like when they do the
watchable.
chalk
That's what I do.
outlines on
That's
crime
true.
scenes
that
and
really
stuff.
happens. Yeah. That's
No, it
for sure.
doesn't. Yeah,
No,
'cause
that
it-
100% happens. But they use kids. That's the difference.
Ah, right.
Smaller hands, so they can get more of the details.
Yeah.
All right. What should we dive into these Rotten Tomato scores?
Oh yeah.
I'll start with Fresh since that's the first one we did. Fresh, 82% tomato
crashed.
meter,
Okay.
81% audience score. I don't have Letterbox pulled up. And then Letterbox we got for Fresh 3.4. And then for the menu, we got an 88% tomato meter.
Yes, sir.
You got a lower audience score than Fresh. You got 76%, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And then the menu on Letterbox is 3.5.
Yeah.
What did I say Fresh was?
3.4, I think.
Let me go back to Fresh.
Fresh 3.4. Yeah.
3.4. Yeah.
3.4.
It's a really
Yeah.
good talking double feature then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, that was solid.
I do.
I think oh, please.
No, sir.
Sure.
You.
No, come on.
You're such a cutie.
This
Come
makes for great
for it.
podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the message that I sent, whether it was yesterday or the day before, I really felt like Raw would have been a good one to include in this.
Yeah.
It fits really well into these movies. And I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of other cannibal movies that we could
Motel
fucking
Hell
come up with, but yeah. But Raw seemed to
God, could you imagine if I can't remember Ray Fiennes' character's name. If he fucking was getting his meat from the fucking Motel Hell couple.
Julian.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. What the fuck was his name? Is it Julian?
I think
Yeah, Julian. Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It's a weird name for that character. He doesn't
Julian?
look like a Julian.
It kind of looks
Chef
like a Julian.
Slowick.
Slowick, that's it.
Oh,
Julian
I
Slowick.
don't think he looks. Slowick is that? Yeah, looks
He
like
looks
a
like
Slowick.
he doesn't look like a
Slowick.
Julian, but he does look like a Slowick.
Yeah,
That sounds not great.
yeah. It's a slur against somebody. That's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all.
No.
Man, we covered a lot in this episode.
Did we?
We did.
I think we did.
Can we
Yeah.
get a count of like per minute what percentage of this was actually spent talking about the movies and what percentage is spent talking about
It was,
The Rock
it was a solid, I think,
or-
75-25.
the
We're
SLC
going to use
exhibition?
AI specifically only to listen to all of our fucking podcasts and then generate a percentage of how much we actually stayed on topic.
I bet it'll do it.
That'd be solid.
It'll be the
Yeah.
answer will be wrong,
Okay.
but you know.
Yeah.
I think we did good though. It's all still
Yeah.
entertainment. This
Yeah.
is what it's like when you're
Sometime-
just trying to chat with your friends about a movie.
yeah. Sometimes you got to take a detour and bitch about The Rock.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Right, Derek?
God. Don't get me started.
Right, Derek.
Again.
I fucking hate that guy.
Okay, Derek, say one nice thing about The Rock.
Can't do it.
God damn.
He's got great quads.
You're gonna say he's got good hair.
Yeah, he's got good
He's
hair.
got great
Yeah.
quads. Oh,
He's
man.
quadded up.
Yeah, brought to you by steroids.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Allegedly. We
Yeah,
gotta say
yeah,
that
yeah,
for
that's-
legal
yeah.
reasons.
Yeah,
Don't
allegedly.
need him.
My favorite is on
Yeah.
like some of the podcasts I listen to where they'll talk about somebody who's alive and they'll be like, from this point on, the rest of this podcast is allegedly.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah. I can't even see. It froze on a fucking pixelated blur, and I still see the look that Justin's giving.